Hello friends, Cowboy Jobu here. It's week number 7, Dallas Cowboys versus the Giants. Let's go for the latest.
We move on, looking at the Cowboys and Giants kicking off at 4:25. Dallas is going for the season sweep for the Giants for the third straight year. This, of course, all preceded by that amazing comeback week 1. Matt Castle makes the start at quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Since Tony Romo got hurt, Dallas has lost 3 straight, and the Giants have gone 3-1. The Cowboys have had the bye. Both teams have injured number 1 wideouts, but Odell Beckham Jr. will be playing despite missing practice on Wednesday and Thursday due to a hamstring. For more on this game, we check in with Josina Anderson at MetLife. Josina, what's going on?
Well, here's the thing. Eli Manning was pressured on 29% of his dropbacks Monday against the Eagles, which is more than twice the rate of his first 5 games at 14%, which was lowest in the NFL during that span. So right now, the Giants offensive line today are expecting some reinforcements from tight end Larry Donnell, who told me he anticipates staying back more to account for Greg Hardy in the blocking game, who leads Dallas right now with 2 sacks and 5 quarterback hits in just 1 game of action. He said, we have some plans to slow down Hardy to keep Eli Manning up. And he said, yes, Hardy is a beast, but guess what? Just like he gets paid to rush the passer, I get paid to rush, to be a blocker, a good one at that. And he said, I definitely got some good experience going up against Jason Pierre-Paul last year, and we'll see if that actually applies this season. Guys, back to you.
All right, Josina, thanks. Again, that game coming up later on today. But Mort, Matt Castle obviously gets a start, but there are lots of new offensive faces for the Dallas Cowboys that you think could play big parts.
Well, they've made trades to kind of fill in some of these spots, including Kristen Michael at running back. I wouldn't expect as much from him, but Matt Castle's there to manage the game. He has a presence about him. They would like him to make some plays downfield, as Brandon Weeden actually did with the receiver named Bryce Butler. Do not be surprised if Butler starts or gets a lot of playing time. He was acquired from the Raiders. He comes out of San Diego State, but when he was at USC, he used to work out with Castle and Carson Palmer and has a bit of a chemistry with them. So Bryce Butler could be a player. It was a 67-yard pass that caught from the Saints. Pulled his hamstring.
Yeah, exactly.
He's healthier now.
Well, listen, that's one of the reasons they have Castle in there. They want him to stretch the field a little more.
Yeah, and I just think that expectations need to be tempered a little bit with Matt Castle, although they want to move on and get better performance from Brandon Weeden. Last time we saw Matt Castle start and finish a football game was week 2 last season against the Patriots, where he threw 4 interceptions, was tossing the ball down the middle of the field in the coverage, actually tried to challenge Darrelle Revis on a 7 route that he had picked off. So these are the type of things that he can't afford to do against a team, the New York Giants, that has a weak secondary, and the Dallas Cowboys, who are missing some of their weapons. So expect a guy like Jason Witten to be Matt Castle's best friend, because those are kind of routes, those are kind of passes that don't really put them in jeopardy and in harm's way.
And you heard Mort mention Kristen Michael. Again, a lot of speculation. He could get a lot more use. Joseph Randle is the guy that was taking the reps with the starting offense in practice this week. Darren McFadden went after Joseph Randle, taking the second string reps and the passing plays. And Kristen Michael continues to be the 3rd back they use. So despite all the talk, I wouldn't count on a lot from him today.
Randall still hasn't had 20 carries in a game, though. They're definitely going by running back by committee. But let's talk about that Cowboys defense. Yeah. This unit that takes the field this afternoon is the one that Cowboys have been waiting for all season.
Yeah, this is what Ryan Marinelli had envisioned when he was talking about having 4 guys, especially when they go to their nickel fronts, that they really get after the passer now. Now that Randy Gregory is back, that means Greg Hardy can really move down and rush from the 3 technique on the outside shade of the guard, which is where he may be even better than rushing outside as a defensive end. When you combine him with DeMarcus Lawrence and Tyrone Crawford, this is a front 4 now in sub situations that can get after the passer as well as anyone. It'll be a key for them to get pressure on Eli Manning, and the key, an even bigger key, is to get pressure on the road where they don't have crowd noise working to their advantage.
Well, in the last game they played, they had 5 sacks of Tom Brady in the first half, just with Greg Hardy on the field. They only have 11 for the season, so they're hoping Gregory and Hardy together will make big things for them. All right, Matthew Berry, fantasy implications. Are you heard?
Well, I've been calling for a pass rush. I've said it's the cure-all for everything. We'll see if I'm right. Let's go Cowboys.